Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. How Burundi got independence. The Twa, Hutu and Tutsi peoples have lived in the region of the present-day Burundi for more than 500 years. For more than 200 of those years, Burundi existed as an independent kingdom until the beginning of the 20th century, when the Germans came and colonized them. From 1884, the German East Africa Company had its presence in the African Great Lakes region. As a result of tensions and border disputes between the company, the British Empire, and the Sultanate of Zanzibar, the German Empire was called upon to protect the empire's interest in the region. The German East Africa Company thereby transferred its rights in the region to the German Empire in 1891, then establishing the German colony of East Africa, which included Burundi, that was Urundi, Rwanda, that was Rwanda, and the mainland part of Tanganyika, known as Tanzania. During the First World War, the Allied powers of the British Empire and Belgium launched an attack on the German colony. The German army, which was stationed in Burundi, was forced to withdraw by the advancing Belgian army, which had higher number of troops. By June 17, 1916, Burundi and Rwanda were occupied by the Allied forces. After the war, Germany was forced to give control of the western section of the former German East Africa to Belgium. On the 20th of October 1924, Rwanda-Urundi, which comprised of the modern-day Rwanda and Burundi, became a Belgian League of Nations mandate territory, with its capital at Bujumbura. In real terms, the region was considered part of the Belgian colonial empire. However, Burundi, as part of Rwanda-Urundi, continued its monarchical dynasty despite the invasion of Europeans. Following the Second World War, Rwanda-Urundi was categorized as a United Nations Trust territory under Belgian administrative authority. During the 1940s, a number of policies brought about major divisions throughout the country. Powers were split between chiefdoms and lower chiefdoms in the legislative division of Burundi's government. Chiefdoms were given charge of land and lower sub-chiefdoms were established, while native authorities also had their own powers. In 1948, Belgium gave permissions to the region to form political parties. These factions contributed significantly to Burundi gaining its independence from Belgium much later. Burundi's agitation for independence was influenced by the Rwandan Revolution and the resulting instability and ethnic conflicts that occurred there. As a result of the Rwandan Revolution, many Tutsi refugees arrived from Rwanda into Burundi during the period from 1959 to 1961. At the forefront of Burundi's call for independence was Louis Rwagasore. Louis Rwagasore was the son of Burundi's monarch Mwami Mwambutsa IV and his first wife, Theresa Kayonga. He had briefly attended university in Belgium but did not graduate before he left to lead his country's anti-colonial movement. He founded different African cooperatives to encourage economic independence, but these were quickly banned by the Belgian government in 1958. That same year, the prince founded a nationalist political movement called Union for National Progress, UPRONA. His father, the king, promoted him to chief of Butanyerera, but Rwagasore refused the appointment so that he could dedicate himself fully to the nationalist cause. At the first Congress of UPRONA held in March 1960, Rwagasore called for complete independence for Burundi and urged the local population to boycott Belgian stores and refrain from paying taxes. These calls for civil disobedience did not go down well with the colonial government, and he was placed under house arrest. In spite of the setbacks, Oprona went on to win a clear victory in elections for the colony's Legislative Assembly. He won about 80% of the votes in the elections held on the 8th of September 1961. The following day, Rwagasore was declared Prime Minister and was mandated with preparing the country for independence. Unfortunately, on the 13th of October 1961, barely a little over a month after the elections, Prince Rwagasore was assassinated in a hotel while having dinner with members of his cabinet. That was how Burundi lost its first prime minister and one of its most renowned nationalists, who was only 29 years old at the time of his death. The country went on to get its independence on the 1st of July 1962 and changed its name from Rwanda-Urundi to Burundi. But sadly, the people were in mourning even as the country's flag was lifted high for the first time. The death of their prominent son was still fresh in their minds. Also, just a day before the independence, the people who were involved in Rwagasore's assassination had been condemned, and the actual murderer, a Greek named Kagyorgis, was executed. Burundi became a constitutional monarchy with Mwami Mwambutsa IV, the father of the slain Prince Rwagasore, serving as the country's king. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.